Have you ever noticed this? The people who smile at your face are sometimes the same ones discussing your life behind your back. And very often, the reason is not hatred, it is envy. Because when someone secretly feels smaller next to your confidence, your success, your peace, or even your potential, gossip becomes their way of feeling bigger. Today, let's talk about why people gossip about those they envy and the psychology behind it. Gossip is not always just small talk. Sometimes it is emotional defense. A person feels threatened by what they see in you. So instead of facing that feeling honestly, they turn it into stories, criticism, or rumors. And before we go deeper, if you enjoy psychology-based videos like this, subscribe now so you do not miss the next one. Point 1. Gossip helps them reduce their discomfort. Envy creates inner tension. It hurts to see someone have what you want, be what you want, or become what you wish you were becoming. So gossip gives them temporary relief. If they cannot rise to your level, they try to pull your image down in other people's eyes. That is why a person may say, "She is probably fake," or "He just got lucky," when deep down they are really saying, "I do not like how good that makes me feel about myself." Psychologist Alfred Adler suggested that feelings of inferiority can push people into compensation and superiority behavior. In everyday life, gossip can become one of those behaviors. Point 2. Envy often disguises itself as concern. This is the sneaky part. Envy does not always sound jealous. Sometimes it sounds caring. They will say things like, "I am just worried about you," when what they really want is to question your shine. Have you ever seen someone celebrated, then watched another person quickly try to spot flaws in them? That is not always honesty. Sometimes it is emotional sabotage. As Theodore Roosevelt famously said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And for some people, comparison does not just steal joy, it turns into gossip. Point 3. Gossip is an attempt to regain control. When someone feels powerless around you, they may use words to reclaim control. They cannot control your growth, so they try to control the story around your growth. Think about a coworker who keeps spreading little comments after you get promoted, or a classmate who starts rumors after you start doing better than them. That is often not random. That is insecurity wearing a loud voice. Oscar Wilde once said, "The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about." And in a strange way, envious people live by that logic. They would rather distort your image than be forced to admire your reality. Point 4. Gossip reveals more about them than about you. Here is the truth many people miss. Gossip is often a mirror. When someone keeps speaking badly about a person they envy, they are revealing their own pain, their own lack, and their own unhealed pride. Your success did not create their insecurity. It only exposed it. So the next time someone gossips about you, ask yourself, is this really about me? Or is this about what they feel when they look at me? Have you ever seen someone gossip about a person they clearly envied? Why do you think people find it easier to tear down what they admire instead of building themselves? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them. Real confidence does not need to spread rumors. Real worth does not feel threatened by someone else's light. So if people are talking behind your back, sometimes it simply means you are standing in a place they are not ready to reach yet. And that is the lesson. When envy speaks, let it remind you that your growth is visible.